Okay. Ray, our next speaker, is currently holding a large plate of food. Priorities, right? But it's okay, I can talk about Ray for days. So Ray Youssef, when he enters the room, is an Egyptian American who's about the size of a small house. And I actually interviewed him once in the gym, because the idea was to talk about how we were pumping iron and price pumps in the Bitcoin space. There he is. You've already devoured that plate of food that I just saw you holding. Just coffee. Okay, good. How are you feeling? Are you excited and ready for your talk today? You're gonna burn the house down? Awesome. Okay. So yeah. We pumped iron in this gym in the Netherlands while Ray talked to me about the end of fiat currencies and the opportunity for Bitcoin, but crucially, the opportunity for Bitcoin as a peer-to-peer technology. Ray's former company, Paxful, was at one point one of the largest peer-to-peer trading platforms in the world. Now, unfortunately, Binance and the likes of other crypto exchanges have sort of stepped in to fill that void left by Paxful. However, there's a new tool on the block. It's called CivKit, and it's the company that Ray co-founded or founded? Co-founded. It's a protocol, sorry. Okay, so it's a protocol. I'm going to leave it at that. And to talk about said protocol called CivKit is Ray Youssef. Please welcome Ray to the stage, everyone. Your clicker is here. Your mic is here. You can do lectern or this, yeah?
All right, bro, thank you. All right. Here we go, guys. So the last time I gave this presentation, I got in some trouble. I got yelled at by the human rights people. Human rights is the biggest bullshit in the world, man. Anyone believe these guys anymore when they open their mouths? I don't. They're a bunch of scammers, just like the NGOs and all these other clowns that come here to prey on our people. As you can all see, getting in trouble doesn't scare me. And what is Bitcoin if not playing with fire, right? Right? Yeah, you know it. So check out this map. This is the real size of the continents. The dark one is the real size of the continents. We've been lied to. Even the Mercator projection is lying to us. And we're going to be exposing the lies about everything, right? You guys know who this man is? Malcolm Shabazz, also known as Malcolm X. This man had a lot of wisdom, and we lost this brother too soon. He came too early, because I wish we had him right now. Malcolm, he would always talk about things and how to fix things. Before we do anything in this life, before we fix our situation, we have to understand, how did we get here? How did we get to this position? We don't know, especially as Africans. We don't understand. We just point to our leaders and say, our leaders are corrupt. And that's where it ends. And if your leaders are corrupt, that's a reflection on you. And our self-esteem stays in the basement. That's not cool. Our leaders here are corrupt because they see what happens to the non-corrupt leaders. In the past 70 years, 60 African leaders have been assassinated by the Western powers. So if you're a leader here in Africa and you see what happens to the good guys, what alternative do you have? It's pretty simple, really. So we're going to fix things. Because the stakes now are really high. We are sitting on the verge, on the precipice of a pan-African renaissance. It's exciting. It's very exciting. 1.2 billion people. That's exciting. 70% of the population growth over the next 30 years is going to be here in Africa. That's exciting. But I'll tell you what's really exciting is the opportunity of putting over 600 million young people to work. What's really exciting is getting African states trading with each other. Anyone here know what pan-continental European trade is at percentage-wise? It's at 69%. Pan-Asian, 59%. American, 40%. Latino American trade is at 30%. And African trade is officially at 13%. But that's a lie, because they count all of these Western-owned entities that are trading with each other. True Pan-African continental trade is at less than 1%. All the goods, all the resources, all the minerals, everything literally just leaves the country and goes somewhere else, and Africans can't even trade with each other because they can't even send money to each other. Remittances between Nigeria to Cameroon are about 30%, and it's a nightmare each time. It's cheaper to send money from the West into Africa than it is to send between the African countries right next door. This is a problem, and we're here to fix it. So what's exciting is you can put 600 million young people to work if you just fix this core problem. And we're going to fix the problem. But we have to understand the stakes. Anyone know who this guy is on the screen? Olympia Sylvanus. This man was the leader of Togo. And this is a picture of him meeting JFK. This was about 6 months before they were both assassinated. They met and they wanted to talk about, hey, how are we going to help our people? Let's get rid of this bogus fiat and let's make money that is controlled by the people, that is based off real work, not some shadowy central bankers we don't know anything about. And JFK affected his plan. Ever see a dollar bill with the red seal? No, I bet you haven't, because they were all taken out of circulation. And they do not have Federal Reserve note printed at the top. That was just one of the things that got JFK killed. And Sylvanus followed soon after. These things actually happened, folks. This is the forgotten history that no one talks about. You know who this guy is? Gamal Abdel Nasser, president of Egypt, the country where I was born. Nasser understood the streets really well. He understood that if you take the streets, you have everything you need for victory. There's 100 million Egyptians now. What's Egypt known for? Ancient civilization, pyramids, mummies. Yeah? Guess what we're known for now? We're the best torturers in the world. You want to torture someone? You hire an Egyptian torturer. How the mighty have fallen, folks. A once great civilization broken to its knees in less than 3 generations. Gamal Abdel Nasser was killed by his general Sadat, and Sadat was killed by his general Mubarak. And so the dominoes continued to fall. And this is a situation all of Africa is in. But we have a plan. Peer-to-peer. Bitcoin started out as peer-to-peer, right? Yeah. But we're looking at a world right now where people are trying to take Bitcoin into another direction. Paper assets. Pet rock that doesn't do anything. Self-custody, what's that? To hell with that. The only way we're going to win this battle is by staying true to our roots, which started from the streets. Bottom up. Everyone remember how Bitcoin was like 2017? It was all about creating a new financial architecture for the entire world so that everyone could partake in honest money and we would have the inevitable result of wealth. What's it about right now? It's not that. That's not the dominant narrative. So guess what? We're going to take it all back. But it all starts with peer-to-peer. The whole point is to build circular economies that do not depend on anything outside, that cannot be stopped. Permissionless, borderless, and unstoppable money. Yes. But to do this right, it takes more than just the base layer. But we can't just throw all this stuff into Bitcoin because we're going to break that thing that works so well. So we need to build around Bitcoin. I've started a project. It's a protocol. It's called CivKit, as in Civilization Toolkit. The very first version of Bitcoin Core had 11 opcodes, marketplace functions, escrow, eBay-like shopping cart and inventory. They were removed because they were cluttering things up, and building marketplaces is hard. I know, it's what I've been doing for the past decade. And Satoshi had to get out of Dodge. But that is what Bitcoin needs to truly be complete. As a project, as a dream, as a revolution. The Bitcoin revolution is why I am here. I am not here for the tech. I am not here for the trend. I am not here for just for the money. Let's be honest with ourselves. I'm here to fix the money and make sure everyone has money. Anyone know who this guy is? Thomas Sankara? He was 35 years old when he was killed, the leader of Burkina Faso. A truly great young man. He rapidly began industrializing the country, and today we are blessed to have Thomas Sankara 2.0 in Burkina Faso. His name is Ibrahim Traoré. He survived 2 assassination attempts ever since he took back his country and kicked the French out. And that's why this time it's going to be different, folks. They're not able to just pick us off like flies. Thanks to that Russian intelligence. Spooks won't like that, but hey. Last time I gave this presentation, I had a big old target on my t-shirt. Yeah, nothing has changed. So, this is what really got me in trouble right here. Everyone know who this fellow is? Yeah, my man over here. They don't like this guy. Mugabe. Yeah, I just like the sound of his name. But guess what this guy did when he took over Zimbabwe? He took the literacy rate from 30% to 90%. He took education to Cambridge, Oxford levels. He rapidly industrialized the country. He built a massive agricultural base. And now when you say his name, especially in the West, it's a dirty word. And they want us to forget he even existed and to look upon him with disdain. Is that how we honor our ancestors here in Africa? No. We honor our ancestors by understanding the problem they were trying to solve and the obstacles they had to overcome. They threw so many sanctions at this brother, it was mind-numbing. That prick, Tony Blair, over in the UK, was the scapegoat for that. He led all that. And those sanctions were meant to completely destroy the agricultural base of Zimbabwe, and they did. And then hyperinflation followed. Essentially, it's like being attacked by every country in the world financially. Honestly, the people of Zimbabwe should be extinct considering how severe these sanctions were. Oh, small note, Mugabe was also enriching uranium for Iran and was super pro-Palestinian. Yeah, I thought I'd mention that. A reporter once asked Mugabe, how does it feel to be seen as a tyrant here in Africa? People are saying, you're the new Hitler. Now you all know that the one thing the dark side hates most is when a black man is based, looks them right in the eye, doesn't back down an inch. Can you imagine what he responded to this reporter with? My man put Donald Trump to shame, and he said, if it means helping and defending my people, then let me be 10,000 Hitlers. He didn't flinch. Can you see now why they hate this man? The more they hate him, the more I love him. And the more I will emulate him, and the more I will tell people about him. People can yell at me all they want. This is the truth. What actually happened matters. There is such a thing as absolute truth. And this time it will truly be different, guys. It will. Africa has already done the hard work. Africa is the superhero in the room. What country was it that took one of the world's greatest powers to court for genocide when everyone else is too afraid to even click the retweet button? What country was that? South Africa, that's right. This country right here where I'm standing, and I am proud of you guys. When empires start to collapse morally, everything else follows. And it goes the other way as well. When empires embrace morality, ethics, righteousness, they rise up. And that's what's happening right before our eyes. It's official as of 2 days ago, the French were just kicked out of Niger. They are officially gone. No one ever thought they'd see that day. The Central African franc system is on its way to collapse, and we are the people in this room that are engineering that. So let's talk about that. How are we building this new financial architecture that all of these leaders are waiting for? That's what they're asking for. Ruto of Kenya was saying, where is this new global financial architecture? And Macron, whatever his name is, from France, turned over and he's like looking at him with that smug little smile, like, what you talking about, boy? You can't even ask that question. Well, he asked it, and I'm going to answer it. Fix the money, fix the world. This man here, every time I see that photo, that last photo of his last moments in life, it gives me such pain. Libya was literally a utopian paradise. Free healthcare, free education, free utilities, free everything. The people were happy. He was not a tyrant. He was loved by his people. He built a true republic here in Africa, and he wanted to give that kind of prosperity to all the people of Africa. He had 144 tons of gold in his reserves, and he said, hey, why don't we make a Pan-African currency so we can actually trade with each other? But he understood one very simple thing. The secret to wealth is one, an honest system of money, and two, people being able to trade freely with each other. When that happens, jobs are created, wealth is created, peace, prosperity breaks out. Abundance is the default nature of humanity. How was this man rewarded? Well, we all know the story. Hillary Clinton bragged about it. He had a bunch of mercenaries sodomize this man live on camera and kill him. That was the price he paid. And do you remember the propaganda against him at the time? He's killing his own people. I swear to you, if anyone ever believes any of that garbage about any of these global South leaders, you are trash. Peter Todd. Yes. It's time to stop falling for the lies, folks. This man was a hero, and we're going to complete the mission. Everything that he tried to do with gold, we're going to do with Bitcoin. But Bitcoin as a base layer is not enough. So what we need is a Pan-African clearing network. And it can work for the entire world, but we're business people here. So let's start where the energy is. Let's put our bets on black and see what happens. Western Africa leads all of Bitcoin adoption globally. 100%. By a country mile. I started my journey there 10 years ago. Why? Because I went there, I met the people, and I was like, wow, these brothers and sisters, they got energy. And that's what I'm here for. I want this energy. And they're ready. They're not going to see their lives wasted away like they saw their parents' and grandparents' lives wasted away. So here's where we begin. CivKit is a decentralized protocol built around Bitcoin to allow anyone to create their own marketplace for anything, to be able to trade with anyone as easily as setting up a WordPress blog. Yeah. You know what some people call that? I had this chat with CZ, and he said, that sounds like a lot of competition. And I was like, yeah, that's the point. I want everyone to steal my idea and come in here. Because guess what? Ray doesn't want the target on his back for life. How about we share that target on all our backs, and we go into this one together, right? Can't stop an army of mosquitoes. That's the beauty of peer-to-peer. It's not just that one person doesn't have control, it's that we diffuse risk. And if you're thinking asymmetrically and adversarially, that's very good. CivKit is open source for life. I don't earn a penny, a single sat off the protocol. I'm funding it myself. And the point is that anyone can come in and compete with me. Build your own peer-to-peer marketplace where anyone can trade anything with anyone else. And of course, doing marketplaces is hard. There's some great projects out there like BISC, RoboSats, LM Markets, but to make a marketplace scale, there are 3 ancillary services that are needed, which are actually civilization-grade services, which is why it's called Civilization Toolkit rather than Marketplace Kit. You need a system of reputation. You need a decentralized court system in case of disputes, which always happen. And you also need a form of minting, eCash. These are things that are actually a lot harder than the marketplace, especially a decentralized court system. Golly, has that ever been done before? Well, we're doing it, and this is what is needed. So CivKit will be the arc. It'll be done by March, and the very first trading will happen in late March, and I will be taking my company now. I have a new company, it's called No One's. Cool name. And No One's is a company started in the Global South by the people of the Global South, for the people of the Global South. You can see I'm leaving that big apple behind. I'm coming back home. I was born in Egypt. My parents were trying to do everything they could to give me and my sister a better life when we were born. And they went over to New York City. It's hard for immigrants to do that. My mother had to fight to get the passport for herself so we could become citizens. And here I am, trying to do everything possible to burn my American passport. My, how things can change in just 40 years. The whole world is changing. We are seeing the jump before us to the Global South. The corpse of the West is gone. Our future is here in the Global South, everyone. And I've chosen to come back home, started a new company. It's going to be a super app for the Global South. We already have a peer-to-peer marketplace that's doing very well, especially for a product in beta. And I want to take our entire order book and mirror it on CivKit so that everyone can share my liquidity and get that jump start that is the one thing that marketplaces need more than anything else. This is how we win, folks. Peer-to-peer, we all go in together. Everyone steals everyone else's ideas, and we help each other rise to the top. The men that control this world, these small castes of dominant men, they have a dream. It's not like Martin Luther King's dream. This is a different kind of dream. They want to create a world where escape from their matrix of control is unthinkable. We're going to crush them by building an alternative for everyone that they cannot stop. And that's beautiful. And my time is up. I hope I've left you some good things. Love you guys. Love South Africa. You guys are heroes.
Wow. Big stuff from Ray there. Wake up, everyone. Ray's in their house. Let's go. Another round of applause, please, for Ray Youssef. One of the things I do love about Bitcoin conferences is the total freedom of speech. You won't get this at a banking conference. You certainly won't get this at a gold conference. And believe it or not, you will not get it at a crypto conference either. I've been to plenty of crypto conferences, so I can say that with confidence. You left something? Your coffee, of course. I don't think you need it, mate.